Guys, I'm having one of those days that I hate every single thing I put on. Who else does that? I don't know. And my hair is looking crazy because I just put it up in a clip to shower. So my hope is once we get our hair and makeup done that it's going to be better. So that is my hope. We are going to do the base face I've been doing like all summer, basically since it got hot. My go-to lip this week, which is just a lip liner. And that's about it. We're going to keep it pretty simple, but these have been kind of my go-tos all week that I've been getting a lot of questions on if it's like a video that's not my Facebook Live. So that's what we're going to do today. I was wearing a totally different outfit because I was going to wear my new hat. I didn't like the shirt. I tried putting some jewelry on to see if I would like it. Didn't like that. I had a totally different thing in mind. Then I tried on like 4 different pairs of shorts. I love summer, but I guess I'm ready for pant season because I was like, I hate all of these shorts so much. So yeah. Fun times. I feel like we've all had those moments, right? Where you just are like, don't like this, don't like that. But first world probs, for sure. Anyways, good morning, good morning. Say hi when you hop on. I am excited to get ready and hopefully that will make it a little better. Still not loving this shirt, still not loving these shorts. I feel like my whatevers are trying to spill into my armpits and I'm like, can we go to the front? Like, front and center. Can we get at attention, please? No, it wants to go in the armpit, like always. So, oh well. Girl problems, I guess. What are you guys up to today? Anything fun? We're gonna do some SPF color corrector SPF 50 color corrector makeup primer. I'll make sure to link this. I have had so many people grab this because it is super duper affordable and so far everybody likes it, which is kind of crazy because obviously I try to only share stuff that I think is good. Like I don't share stuff that I think sucks, but there's no product that's for everyone. I feel like we've all ordered something that is like viral, everyone's raving about it, and it's like that just doesn't work for me for whatever reason. Like it clearly works for a lot of people, but not for me. I have not had one person dislike this yet, which is kind of crazy. Good morning from East Tennessee, Lisa. Oh my gosh, you got a notification, a miracle. They are so hit or miss these days. I don't know what we got to do to get these notifications to work. I genuinely cannot figure it out. Some days people get notified, and these are all people that have told me they have notifications on. And some days nobody does. It is the weirdest thing. I feel like Facebook might have been having some issues last week though, because yesterday I was like trying to make sure I didn't miss any comments and reply to them and stuff. And you know, after 30 days, Facebook deletes lives. They didn't used to do that, but now they do. And some lives that I did, I think it was last week. It wasn't that long ago. Definitely within the 30 days, it said video no longer available. So it seems like they're still showing like on my little thing, but it's like you can't watch them, you can't click on them. So, and I know the one day I tried to go live, this was last week, I was live, but no one got on, and it had been like 20 minutes. So I thought, this is a little weird, even for like, you know, a day where nobody's notifications are working, that not even one single person. And so I got off, I posted it, and I was just going to see if maybe people were on, but I just couldn't see comments because that's happened before too. And it just like never posted. And then all the other videos I did that week, they now say unavailable. So I think Facebook might have been either going through an update or just having some glitches. I don't know what, but maybe it's going to be better now. That would be awesome. Good morning, Wendy. It was my sister's birthday yesterday, so I'm gonna go give her present today. Hopefully take her to lunch or just visit. I don't know exactly what she's doing today. I told her don't like change your plans or wait around for me or anything, but at some point I'm gonna go see her for sure and hopefully take her to lunch or something. She turned 31. I don't know why, but it seems weirder. I think I already said it, but good morning, Wendy, if I forgot. It seems weirder to me that my sister's 31 than it does that I'm going to be 34 this year. I don't know why. I guess because she's my little sister. So it's like, my little sister is like a full-blown adult. That seems so weird. Good morning, Jeannie. Also from East Tennessee. I love the SPF 50 primer too. Yay! I'm so glad you love it too. I'm shocked because, like I said, normally I'm not going to share a product that I don't like. Like, I'm going to share things I like, but there's always at least someone that it doesn't work for them. And it's nothing wrong with the person or really even the product. It's just, there's no product that's great for everyone. But, you know, that's just how it is. And some people, you know, of course, are just never happy with anything. I've had those kind of customers before where it's like they've ordered 10 things from me and hated every single one. And I'm like, I feel like the chances of that, like the odds of that happening are just not good. You know what I mean? Like, of course, there's 1 in a million of those, but this is one product I have not had one person tell me they didn't care for it, or I've only had people going out of their way to message me and say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for recommending this. I love it. You know, I guess we all have a problem of finding a good SPF we like, and so this has been a really great one. So I'll make sure to link it. It's super cheap too. It's one of those that's sold by like multiple vendors. You might even be able to find it at like Walmart and stuff. I don't know. I got mine from TikTok Shop, but I always try to check like TikTok Shop sales, Amazon, if they have their own website before I post. So that way I can make sure I'm sharing the best deal. And I found a deal on Amazon where you get 2 for less than $10. I paid $13 for one. I'm still happy with that. It's lasted me all summer. I really like it, and it's been a great product. So definitely not mad about that at all. But obviously, if we can get more for less, we're going to go for that. You said good morning. Oh, good. Yeah, I get it. When my sister turned 40, hang on, I have a little slow connection thing. Hopefully it's not blurry on the replay. It felt weird. Yeah, because it's just like, I don't know, my sister's like a legit adult. That seems crazy. And it's weird because I still have younger siblings too. Like, I have a little brother that's still in high school. So, I don't know, I feel like his aunt kind of more. It's kind of like I'm his, like, more of a typical aunt relationship. I'm his sister, obviously, but it feels more like when you're someone's aunt and, like, my kids are kind of like his cousins, even though he's their uncle. Because they're all close in age. In fact, Zuri's older than him, so. Anyways, he's a junior this year. But it feels weird that, like, my sister is a legit adult and, like, my little brother, my other little brother, he's 26. Like, that seems so weird. Because I feel like I'm 26. I'm not, but that's what, I feel like I'm, like, 26, 27. Do we just all kind of feel like we're that age, and then you're kind of like hanging out with 26-year-olds and you're like, oh, I'm not 26. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you're 25 and you feel like, I feel like I'm still 16. And then you're sitting around some 16-year-olds and you're like, yeah, I'm not 16. I'm definitely not. It's weird. Aging is weird. I love the SPF primer. Also, it's the only one that doesn't make my eyes water. I noticed that too, Lisa, because I also will get really, really watery eyes with sunscreen. And it like burns bad. So I get that. I feel like most SPF doesn't wear very well under makeup, at least for me. Maybe it's my more oily skin type that causes a lot of that. I'm not sure. And then I also don't break out from it, which is huge because a lot of SPF really irritates my skin and will cause me to break out. So I'm just all around happy with it. I like it as a base. I feel like it looks so good under makeup, and I haven't even been wearing liquid foundation because I've just been kind of liking this between medium and full, depending how much powder I do. Just making sure I didn't miss any spots. It's been working good. Good morning, Barbara. How are you? Oh, great. I hear little boys talking, so I'm like, are they coming in? Anyways, what are you guys up to today? We are gonna do that, and then I guess we're gonna watch some fights tonight, which I've never been to, so that'll be something kind of new and different. We're just gonna do a little bronzer. So yeah, it's kind of been a busy weekend. Yesterday, I went with my husband while he did some work stuff that he had to do to get ready for hunting season. And then we went to this little event in town. It was actually really funny. It was like a grand opening for this rehabilitated like historic building that a group in town did. Anyways, they've been open for a while, but it was like their grand opening. Like, I guess all the work must be officially done. And so I think they were doing like some fundraising and stuff, but one of the things was a like blow up costume race. I don't know what you call those, but have you guys ever seen when people wear those like T-Rexes, the like inflatable costumes, or like those big costumes at Halloween? So they were wearing, good morning, Dawn, how are you? They were wearing those like inflatable costumes, and there was 4 teams of 4, and they were like, one team was T-Rexes, one team was Santas, pandas, those were really funny, and then unicorns, and that was really entertaining. And they like auctioned off the teams, you know what I mean? And so did like a little Calcutta. It was pretty fun. You got notified, yay! Okay, a few people have gotten notified. I was just talking about at the beginning that it seems like Facebook either was going through an update or some glitches last week, because not only was I getting tons of comments and messages about not getting notifications or people not seeing things, I also noticed a couple of the lives I posted now are unavailable, and they're supposed to be up for 30 days before they delete. So it seems like there was like something definitely off. Like, I don't know what was going on, but it seems like something definitely was. I'm good, happy to have the day off. Same. I always am happy to have the day off. I know some people are like, I love my job. Not me. If it's a day off, I'm happy. I'm never really like excited to go to work, to be honest. And I don't hate my job, so I'm not saying that. Like, I think we've all definitely had that job where like you kind of know, I need to quit doing this job, because you kind of get to a point where you're like dreading it really bad. Like, I would say I kind of dread work, but not like, you know, when you get a job and you're like, it's time to move on, because you can just tell when you're at work, you're like having the hardest time even following through, like doing anything. Like, you have to like force yourself. I'm definitely not like that, but I'm also definitely never like overjoyed to get to work or anything. But I feel like I never really have. There was one thing, I worked at Sears. That was my first job ever. I worked there for 3 years, a little over 3 years actually. And I was like a manager and everything. So I basically was like working my way up. I think people thought I was going to be a Sears lifer, which thank God I wasn't, since they all closed down. I would have been SOL, I guess. Had to go find another retail job. But one thing I kind of liked was on, I think it was Tuesdays, we did this thing called Out of Stocks. And it's basically exactly what it sounds like. So we would go through like, and I worked in soft lines, which is clothes and like kitchenware, stuff like that. Hard lines at Sears was like TVs, tools, appliances, that section of the store. So for those of you, if you're too young on here, I don't think anybody will be, you won't know what Sears is, which is crazy to think about because Sears was huge. They were the Amazon and the Walmart of their prime, like truly, which it's crazy to think like one day Amazon could be totally irrelevant, just like Sears. So we did this thing where basically we went through like all the shelves, and it would be like little baby socks, little shoes, anything we kept year round, stuff that wasn't like just seasonal clothing. Like we wouldn't out of stock swimsuits or, you know, coats or anything like that. But we basically would like go through and scan them, and then we would like kind of put in how many was left and like basically order new ones to like have refills. And for some reason that always just felt very satisfying because you kind of like got to go through everything, straighten it up, get everything fixed, and like order what you needed. So I always kind of liked that because it went by really fast and I just liked it. Good morning, Mary. You're at that point, Dawn. Yeah, and I feel like there gets to a point sometimes with a job where you're like, it's time for me to go, you know? You kind of are like hanging on because like you need the job, but you kind of know in your head like, I think it's time for me to go, you know? Or I'm sure like when people are retiring, like I totally would get that. You've done 20 years. It's like those last few years, you're like, I'm just hanging on for my retirement. Like, and you know what? You've done your time. You've done your time. I love your smile and your nails. So pretty and beautiful. Thank you. Is that a guy? I feel like it is. I'm fine since it is not so hot anymore. Yeah, it's really cooling off. Good morning, Mary. Jeannie, I use the Gold Rush Pivot Powder by Ophir. I've had this for, what did these launch, guys? 2 years ago? You literally can't even tell I've used it, and I use it a lot. So, definitely, I have Ophir linked up in the description right to the outlet sale. Definitely check that out, guys, because I don't know when it's ending. I'm guessing at the end of the month, but I don't know, so that's a guess. And there is some really good deals. So some stuff is like just a little sale, but there's other stuff up to 60% off. So check it out, see if there's anything you need a refill on, or maybe even wanting to try, because it might be on a really good sale. This is the Ophir Everset Setting Spray. I use this to melt all my powders in. We're going to do all the setting today because I need my makeup to last all day, and then we'll be outside, I think, tonight. So don't crinkle your face like I just did. Let it just dry on its own. I'll be retiring next year. See, Dawn, you've done your time. I always felt like that, like when, now it's just me, but even like, say, the lady who did the job a few years before me, before she retired, I'm like, she put in 30 years. Who cares if she wants to slack off the last 5, you know? She put in her time. All right, we are gonna do, this is the lip combo I've been doing, and it's not even a combo, it's just a lip liner. This is an old Younique lip liner. The powder is also unique. 2 unique things I still am obsessed with. And it's in the shade Plush. This color actually retired for a long time, and people like begged and begged and begged Younique to bring it back, and they finally did. I don't know why they always seem to retire like the best colors and the best products. That was one bone I would pick with Younique, is I'm like, why do we retire like the really good stuff? But they brought it back, so. And I basically just go on the edge of my lip, and then I bring it in a little bit since I'm not wearing like any lipstick with it, and it lasts really, really well. And then it's one of those combos, since it's not a combo, that, you know, after lunch or late afternoon, you feel like your lips are a little dry, put a little gloss or a little liner on, and it blends out perfect, and it's kind of like refreshed, you know what I mean? And it's a twist up liner, so I love that, especially if you're throwing it in your purse or whatever. I've just been liking it lately. I have the Plush lip liner and love it. Yay! I'm so glad you love it too. It's just kind of fun. And it's like a nude, but not. Like, it's kind of stands out, but it's still like a nude. I'm going to be 56 in December. Wish retirement was closer. Yeah, you still got a little ways to go, don't you? That's hard when you're like, you're close, but you still got like a long ways left. Yeah, I have like a SEP account, and I'm pretty behind on retiring, which is crazy because I'm 33, almost at 31, but my sister's 31. So I try to put money in that every month and like hopefully catch up, because I don't know, I feel like unless you start your retirement account when you're like 18, it's like you got to get a lot of money in there before it really starts like growing, you know? So hopefully I'll retire one day, especially because they say Social Security is probably not going to last. And I feel like Social Security is going to be pretty tough because I pay quarterly taxes, so I have a regular job, but then I also do this kind of stuff. My husband's self-employed, so I do like have a regular paycheck that anyone who has like a traditional job, W-2, gets. But I also pay in like quarterly, where I write a check, and I also do payroll at my job. So I see where the money goes, and Social Security is already like really expensive. Like, it's actually really hard to keep up and pay your taxes. My taxes is my number 1 bill between income taxes, property taxes, registering vehicles. Like, I spend more on that than anything else. So I'm like, the thing is, people are having less and less kids, and people are living longer. So it's like the working class is going to have a bunch of people to support, you know, to keep Social Security going, because that's how it works, you know. People got to keep putting in so that the people on retirement can keep getting it. And I just don't know how that's going to work. So I don't want to rely on that. I hope it's there. But yeah. Good morning, Deborah. How are you? Barbara, it's awesome how you interact with us, Savannah. Well, I actually appreciate you guys even getting on, chatting with me, hanging out. So it's awesome that you guys interact with me. Yes, I do, Dawn. I do my best. It's kind of like a juggling between putting as much in retirement as I can and keeping up on taxes. And I don't mind paying taxes, but I don't feel like my taxes, because I am not rich at all, like not even remotely, you know what I mean? I don't feel like my taxes should cost more than like my housing. Like, to me, that's too much. And Social Security is the biggest one. And the next is Medicare, and then FIT and SIT, federal income tax, state income tax. So it's a huge burden, I guess you could say. And it's going to be even worse for like my kids and grandkids. So I'm like, I don't know how long that's going to sustain, you know? Yes, it certainly is, Dawn, but at the same time, if the money just runs out, I don't know what they're going to do. But yeah, supposedly right now when I looked at it, we got to lock in for the night. I think I'll get like $3,000 a month or something from Social Security, which, don't get me wrong, like, that's nice and stuff, but I'm like, realistically, I don't think by the time I'm in my 60s, I couldn't really survive off $3,000 a month right now, you know what I mean? So by the time I'm in my 60s, I don't think I could survive on that. So yeah, anyways, I gotta have a retirement account. We'll see what happens, who knows. Okay. This is what I've been doing for eyeshadow lately, and it's nothing. But I guess this is a good reminder to you. Sometimes less is more, and simple eyeshadow, it can make all the pop. We've been going in with the Bloom palette, and this is why I like having palettes. It's not because you need to put on 5 different colors. It's because you have options. So I've just been doing this matte, kind of like lilac gray. And I put that right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I did do at least one other eyeshadow look this week, but I've been liking this one. What else are you guys up to? Anything new? What is up? What's happening? I'll probably end up being a Walmart greeter. There you go, Mary. Yeah, I hope I can have enough money to like retire one day, but I'm like, I don't know. And then you know what would suck? And like, this is, so getting so old that you have to worry about money is truly a blessing. But I think, what if I am like saving, so trying my best, obviously. Life, I have kids. I've had kids my entire adult life, which obviously that probably also kind of is part of the reason I financially like didn't start my retirement until I was like, I think I was like 28, 29, which isn't horrible, you know, but with how long it takes to like compound. So I have my kids, I open them an IRA as soon as they get their first job. And then I just match what they make for the year because they don't make that much. You know, they work a little part-time summer job. And then that way they've already got one going. Even though it's not going to have a ton in it when they graduate, it's something they can be like, okay, I need to put $100 a month in here or whatever and start that. Because that was like one of the mistakes I made. So hopefully I can help them. But anyways, what I was thinking about is like, how bad would it suck to be like budgeting and like, you know, we all do it, like, or at least we try to. We all make these sacrifices, but like budgeting and trying to save and like be smart with your money, and then you get to like 62 and die and don't even spend your retirement. So I guess it's a blessing having to worry about it. And then I think like, what if that happened? And I'm like, that would kind of suck. I guess it'd be for my kids, but you know. I'm going to order that self-tanner. It looks great on you. I love it, Dawn. And I hate self-tanner. I used to like the Younique had this old one that retired and I liked it. However, it didn't really give you much of a color drop. It was more of a hint of color, which I wouldn't say this one is like, oh, you're 28 shades darker, or like, you know, some of them are crazy, but I feel like you can tell a noticeable difference in shade for sure. The Younique one was a very like subtle, kind of like a kiss of sun, but it had that very natural, clean look. And so I kind of like that one. It didn't stink, you know. I wished it was a lot darker and it was pretty expensive. So those were my only like complaints with it. But other than that, I have not found one I like. It's always itchy. For some reason, it makes me sweaty. And then you wash it off and it doesn't even look good. And I'm like, this is such a waste, you know? I really like that one. So I hope you guys love it too. Yes, girl, I'm disabled and it does not pay good at all. It's really scary for the future. Yes, it's horrible pay. Horrible, horrible. I do payroll, so I see like, not disability, but I know how bad they pay. And it's crazy because it's like, geez. I think part of the problem is people are living so long now, where before Social Security kind of worked because I'm assuming the average lifespan was like 70. So it's like, you know, they're only paying people, this like before medical stuff became so advanced and like, you know, I know that there's a lot of stuff about like chemicals in our food and people being sick, but it's like realistically, the medical stuff has come so far that people are still living like way longer, even with whatever issues we have today. You know what I mean? Here in the United States anyway. So I feel like that's kind of where Social Security got a little lopsided. It's great in theory, but I don't know how it's gonna last. Today is my son-in-law's birthday. Yesterday was my daughter's. We're going to dinner. Oh my gosh, is it your son-in-law the same daughter that's married to him? Like the couple? So their birthdays are one day apart? That's crazy. And your daughter and my sister have the same birthday. I had the unique one. It's like Jergens Subtle Tan Lotion. Totally. Yeah, totally. Good morning, Sandra. How are you? But yeah, I really like this one. So I know a couple of you have ordered it, and I hope you like it too, because like I said, I am not a fan of self-tanner typically, but I was like, okay, I could totally do this in the winter, because I do love being tan. That's the thing, is I feel more confident when I'm tan. I feel like my makeup looks better. I feel like I look better. You know, all of that. And also I think part of it is in the summer, just having sunshine probably makes you like happier and feel better. But part of it is also having that little bit of color to your skin and not looking like ill, you know? And so I'm like, this is something that I could totally do in those fall, winter, spring months. And really like it. Itchy. No, this is son-in-law married to a different daughter. Oh, funny, so they just have really close birthdays. Just trying to live the dream. Okay, Sandra, same. Same girl, same. That's all we can do, right? At least we have fun clothes, fun makeup, fun hangout on Facebook Live. I hated every outfit I put on today, but sometimes when that happens, after I do my hair and makeup, those end up being like my favorite days. So it's a pretty simple outfit I'm wearing today, so I kind of doubt that, but sometimes those are the days that I end up loving my outfit. I don't know. I feel like I am super short, so some of you know this if you've been on before, but I don't feel like my body's really cut out for most shorts. So either they're so short that I feel like my butt cheeks are hanging out every time I walk, and I don't want that. Or they're like so long that they make me look like really frumpy and like compacted because I'm already so short, you know, that it's like, if all you can see is like my calf and like barely my knee, then, because those would be like longer shorts that would cover, I don't know, you know what I mean? It just kind of makes me look or feel a little frumpy. So it's hard to find those shorts that are like cover, but they're not so long that they cover like my entire thigh. Or whatever, like that gap between your knee and your butt cheek, you know what I mean? But whatever, it's really not that deep, and nobody else cares but me. If I'm just at home, I usually just wear like, you know, running shorts. I'm not a runner, but running shorts or like boxer shorts, and that's what I like. But when I wear like jean shorts, I'm like, ugh, Lordy help me. Maybe I should look at American Eagle because they have a huge size selection for pants. That's where I get my short pants. I've never checked them for shorts. Me too. 5'1", always wanted to be tall. Yeah, it's just hard because it's like, stuff fits kind of weird, you know what I mean? Sometimes where it like, it's just not very flattering, I should say. Like it has like the opposite effect of being flattering, where it makes you look frumpier, shorter, like kind of like chubby, you know what I mean? Because it's like an odd fit. And it's different, I feel like, because there are some people that are like 5 foot and they are like this, you know? Like I feel like they have like kind of that like skinny, almost like they just stayed in like kid size body. But then there are a lot of women like me who are like 5 foot to 5'3", and you still have all the like normal womanly body type stuff, but you're just like compacted. So clothes fit weird. Same, I have the same problem with shorts. I'm 5'2", so you guys get it. Like the capri trend coming back, I'm like, I love a good trend. I'm all for when I see something that looks good and I'm like, oh yeah, I would love to wear that. I see the capri starting to come back and I'm like, there's no way. Or those freaking gaucho pants. My sister's like, I love gauchos. And I'm like, over my dead body, will I be putting on a pair of gaucho pants on this girl? It's not happening. Yuck. When you're young and like a kid, you don't realize how bad stuff looks, and then you're like, what was I thinking? I mean, sometimes I think I still don't realize, but this is like next level, you know, when you're like a kid. The gaucho trend was when I was in like elementary, maybe even junior high school. No, I won't be getting in on that one. I'm 5'2", so too tall for petite and too short for regular, totally. Good morning. Just catching you. We'll have to watch our replay. Well, thanks for still saying hi, Marty. We'll catch you on the replay. All right, we're going to do another coat of mascara, and then I think we're pretty much done. I hear someone. My window's open, so I can hear, like, anybody going in the alley, and there's 3 people that live in this alley, so I'm like, I actually think someone might be here in a sec. Nope. Just me being paranoid, like always. Is your sister around your height? My sisters are at least 2 to 3 inches taller than me. I'm the oldest. It's funny that you asked that, Dawn, because I just saw this TikTok the other day that was like, I've never met an older sister taller than her younger sister. And how true is that? I am the oldest. My mom had 4 kids, including me. My dad had 3 kids, including me. I'm the oldest of 5 total. I'm shorter than everybody. Every single one of them is taller than me. So my sister's around 5'5". Oddly enough, my mom, here's the weird thing. My mom is like 5'9". She's tall, which I don't know how she got that, but she's tall. And her husband that she had my younger brother and sister with, he was about 6 foot, 6'1". So I mean, he wasn't huge, but like he was a taller guy. Their son's shorter than him, or shorter than my mom. He's like 5'7". I'm like, how did that happen? He's like yoked because he's into like fitness and all that, and he was like in the military, and so he's big into like working out, but he's a short king for sure. I think he's probably like 5'7". Actually, Zuri might be taller than him, so he might even be 5'6". I'm not sure. But I'm shorter than everyone. So my little brother that's in high school, he's probably about 5'5". And then my other little sister, probably like 5'4". Me too, I'm the oldest of 5. My daughters are also taller than me. All of my kids are taller than me, thank God. I'm the shortest of all my siblings, sisters and brothers. Isn't it funny? Like the oldest is always the smallest. I always tell them that, and I oddly enough have some girlfriends that are like 6'2". So it's like I'm super short, you know, like on the short end of short, and they're super tall, not like 5'8". They're like tall girls. And so we look weird together. Like if we take a picture, it looks like me with my lesbian moms or something. You know what I mean? Like because they're so much bigger than me. And so yeah, if we're like walking in a crowd, it's like me, and then it makes you look like, it makes them look even bigger and me look even shorter because of like the big contrast. You know what I mean? Like how it makes it look even more like exaggerated. So it's like me, like midget me walking, and like them, like giants walking. It's kind of funny, but I can always find them in a crowd. Can they find me? Usually, because they can usually see over the crowd. So that's one good thing. But what was I gonna say? All my kids are taller than me, thank God, because I have 2 boys. So I think my one son's like right around 5'10", and then my just turned 13-year-old's around 5'4". And he kind of has like his dad's body type, so I'm hoping he'll be like Cody's height. Thank gosh, Cody is 6'2", and he used to be 6'3". Like before I don't know, he's a sloucher and he has some back problems. So he used to be 6'3" when the doctor would measure him. Now he's usually 6'2". He tells people he's 6'1". I don't know why he does that, because he's literally never been 6'1" at the doctor. I think just because people are like, you're not 6'2", or you're not 6'3", you know what I mean? My exact measurement and what I've been at the doctor since I was 8 years old is 4'11" and 3/4". I was the tallest girl in my class. I was the tallest kid in my class at one point, but I never grew again. Funny how that happens, isn't it? Me too, I'm the oldest of 5. Oh yeah, I'm the youngest though. Oh, that's funny. I feel like the youngest usually ends up being the biggest sometimes. My oldest granddaughter's 4'11", she's 23, so I'm sure she's done growing. I'm sure she is. I'm sure she's tapped out at 4'11", probably. Oh, anyways, I was going to say what I tell them, so you can tell your granddaughter this, and everyone who's, like, way taller than me, is God only grows someone until they're perfect, and some of us just don't take very long. I'm obviously teasing them. You always do such great makeup. Thank you, Wendy. Oh wow, you're 4'11". That's amazing. That's always been my height also. I know, isn't that so weird? I feel like every time I meet people, they are like shocked. Like they're like, oh my gosh, you are so tiny. Like I must look a lot bigger on like camera than I am. Like I think I'm gonna be bigger both ways, taller and bigger. I'm not like that small anymore as far as being like skinny, because I used to weigh like, I don't know, 107 to 112. Keep in mind I'm 5 feet tall. And that was my weight for like ever. And now I weigh more like 118 to 122. So I should probably start locking in on my diet and exercise. Although I did a fitness app and worked out like 3 to 4 times a week for 4 months, and like pretty consistent. And I always put everything in the fitness app. So even if it wasn't going to be in my like calorie thing for my height and goal weight, I still put it in there just to make sure I was accurately tracking. And I usually was always under. I didn't lose any weight. So I'm like, okay, well that seemed like a lot of work for nothing to happen in 4 months. You know, if I gave it 4 days, fine. Nothing's going to happen. 4 months? That's a long time. Isn't that funny, Sandra? I love that. I get great makeup tips from your videos. Yay! Thank you, Deborah. Thanks for watching them. I used to be petite also, but since menopause, I gained some weight. And I'm sure that's going to happen to me too, because just in my 30s, like, so part of it, I think, is having an office job, and like I'm coming on 5 years. So, you know, sometimes it like takes a little while. So I think that's part of it. And then just getting older and stuff, you know. So yeah, I'm sure that kind of stuff just changes. Luckily, my husband seems to like it when I'm a little chubby, so I guess it doesn't matter, but guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think people were always like shocked when they met me. They're like, thought I was gonna be bigger both ways, like not petite and also not 5 feet tall. Or I guess, what would you call that? Like, I call petite like short people, even if you're like chubby. You know what I mean? Like to me, petite is someone that's like 5 foot, 4'11", 5'1", even if you were like, you know, a little chubbier. I still think of that as petite because the clothes don't fit you, right? All right, we're going to do a little Stardust mascara on the other eyelid. Oh, thank you, Marty. Hair looks amazing. What tool did you use? It hasn't launched yet, so I can't share it yet, but I'm excited. And I did record it. I will say, I did not think this tool was going to work, and you guys were there. So when you see it, you're going to be like, no way, I didn't think it was going to work. And this is from yesterday. I did nothing. I didn't even put a cap over my hair. Look how good it still looks. And I brushed it last night. So I like brushed out all of the curl. I can't wait to share it with you guys. I think you're gonna really like it. But yeah, it hasn't launched yet. So I got it a little early so that I could make like some tutorials, try it out. I lucked out there. But it's coming soon. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys. You're not chubby. Oddly enough, Dawn, and you being short will understand this. Technically, I'm overweight. That's what the hard part, I think people don't understand when you're short. Like, apparently we have a lot of short girls on here. Short Girls Unite. Is our stomach, everything is the same inside, like size-wise. Like, I had 8-pound babies. You know what I mean? Every single thing, they say like, you know, this distance is like 4 to 6 inches, no matter how short or tall you are. Everyone's stomach, intestines, like those aren't like petite. Just your bone structure is petite. So it's not like we can't eat as much, but if you want to get like weight loss or stay thin or whatever, like you have to eat very little because your body doesn't need that much to sustain. So technically, I'm overweight right now on the doctor's scale, which is fine. But thank you guys. It is done. No one tell. I'm only telling you guys a little hint. Thank you, girls. Can you tell us when it will launch? I don't know yet. I think September. I didn't see a date. I think soon. So I can't wait though. I know I had like 3 or 4 comments yesterday asking for a tutorial. And this is yesterday's hair the next day. So I did record yesterday. That was my first time ever using it. I wanted like to really see how hard is it, if it's gonna work. I obviously wanted it to record all of that. And so when you see me post a hair tutorial wearing that tank top with the little rainbow things on it, that is this hair. And this is leftover. That's true. I'm considered overweight too. Yeah, so it's like kind of crazy because most people probably wouldn't say 120 pounds is that much, but when you're 5 feet tall, 120 pounds is like a lot. You are muscular. Thank you, Barbara. Actually, I tell my family that people ask for my arm workout when I'm like doing my hair and stuff, which is so funny. They literally laugh. They're like, your arm workout? But I need to start working out. Not just so I don't keep getting chubbier, but also just so I can like stay in shape. Obviously, you guys know the more you get into like your 30s, it's like you kind of start getting a lot more cracks, aches, your back kind of starts doing some stuff. So if I can stay working out and, you know, get on top of it now, then that'll be a lot better than waiting until it's like so bad that I can't lift my arm up because my shoulder hurts or, you know, whatever. So I do need to be better about that. See, Dawn, we both are. Yeah, I think you have to be 115 or less at my height. I think that's what it is. I think you have to be under 115 to be in a healthy weight, and then like anything over that is technically overweight. I know, I'm nervous for menopause because I'm already feeling just the effects of getting over 30. You know what I mean? Well, thank you guys. Thanks, Mary. I'm 5 foot even, 102 pounds. I have 4 kids and I'm not muscular in any way. And yes, I have a little belly. So you get it, Angela. 3 of my births were C-sections. Oh, that's probably why you have a little belly. It's probably not even because you are like have any chub there. It's probably just the muscles like been separated. See, I've never really weighed 102. I think I did at one point after Carb was born because I was like super stressed. So that was like the only time, I think. And then my low weight would usually be about 107 because I would weigh different weights throughout the month and I still do. My low weight would be like 107, and then when I'd be at like my most, it would be 112, and I'd kind of stay within like that 5 pound range. But now I have a new 5 pound range. I'm like, how'd that happen? But yeah, 102 is tiny. I have never really weighed 102. Like I said, I think I weighed like 103 or something when I was like having this really stressful time in my life, but it was brief. I was usually closer to 107 to 112. All right, girls, I gotta go, but I hope you have an amazing day. I have this makeup linked, so if you want to go check anything out, thanks for hanging out with me. And like I said, that hair tool, I recorded it, so when you see that, these are the curls left over from that. Oh my god. Let me go stand by the door. Alright, you guys gotta see this. Have you guys ever seen those TikToks that's like when you just wear whatever shoes you can find? For one, Carver has a size 10 foot or 11 depending on the shoe, and he's wearing my size 7 platform sandals. Do you think everyone's liking your shoes? I'm gonna wear those today, so don't stretch them out or stink them up.
4-inch boost with these.
Yeah, where's your shoes? His heels are like hanging out the back. Alright, girls. I hope you have a good day. I hope you could see that. It wouldn't let me zoom in, but it was pretty comical with his Nike socks and my red platform sandals. And his heel was hanging off like probably that much. So, wow. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good day. And I probably won't be on tomorrow, but if you're new here, I go live Monday through Thursday between 8 and 8:30 Mountain Standard Time, and then kind of sporadically on the weekend. So if you turn notifications on, sometimes Facebook will notify you. I don't think I'll be live tomorrow, so unless I have to do something that I forgot about and I have to get ready, then I'll get on. But otherwise, I'll probably catch you girls Monday. So I hope you have a good weekend. Bye, guys.